may have one that has a slight edge, but they're really equal, right? So I look for this to be a really good game, girls game between these two schools.
Very good.
Was
very interesting.
Yeah, it was very interesting. So I think, on paper, Franklin County has a better overall record, I believe.
And they do have the advantage in the head-to-head that was played at Frankfort High back in September. 3-1 the score in that. Eric Pfeiffer for the Flyers with 2 goals in that game. So that was the previous head-to-head. And you see, as the winner of this one will take on Great Crossing. And if you caught any of the game last night, that was a real slugfest, and Western Hills more than making it a good account of themselves, and that one was tight all the way down to the finish. Great Crossing had to do a lot of work to elbow their way into the championship game.
I mean, that was back and forth, just a slugfest up to about the 25-minute mark in the second half. And that was one of those I had just stated a few minutes before it happened, that game just felt like that there was going to be some awkward type of goal. Great Crossing was probably the predominant favorite going into that, but based on their head-to-head matchup during the season. And Hills came out with a game plan. They were going to be physical. It really took Great Crossing, I feel like, out of their game for majority, and then they were able to just get a toe on a ball coming across this goal line, and it pokes in, and that was really the difference of the game, I felt like.
And that was enough to get them into the championship game on Thursday night. Who's going to join them? We'll find out in just a little bit. Stay with us. Kickoff coming up.
Game of the Week is brought to you by David Tolles Auto Pro. You're in good hands with David Tolles Auto Pro. Bring your vehicle to us for the best repairs in the Frankfort area. 2 locations at 1348 Versailles Road and 515 Duncan Road. And check us out at davidtollsautopro.com.
Game of the Week is brought to you by J.O. Osborne with the Franklin County Farm Bureau. The Franklin County Farm Bureau's J.O. Osborne wishes all of our local teams a healthy, competitive, and successful season. J.O. and Kentucky Farm Bureau have been insuring Frankfort since 1943. With them on your team, when you experience a loss from an accident or storm, it can be a real game changer.
The teams have taken the field now, and we see everybody getting set for this one as we see the starters for both teams, and we'll go through those as we can get them here. I've got them in front of me. It's just a matter of committing that to speech, and we are working towards that right now. Look, it's 4th game of, I'm saying, my well of coherence is, it's running a little bit dry, but we're going to do the best we can. Starting for the Flyers tonight, we've got Dalton Turner, number 3, Jacob Thompson, number 9, Marlon Martinez, Harry Boateng, Landon New, number 12, and number 11 was Harry Boateng. Easton Powell, the kicker for the football team, and number 14, Yusufo Unakalu, number 20, number 25, Alan Calderon, Seth Tucker in goal, number 30, Eric Pfeiffer, number 33, and Everson Rodriguez, number 37. And on the Flyer side, we've got 00 Benjamin Schrader, the junior goalkeeper, Caleb Tracy, number 5, and Jacob Tracy, number 6, freshman and senior respectively. Bryson Cox, the junior, and we'll take a second as the national anthem plays. And to pick up where we left off, Elijah McDaniel, number 7, the junior for Frankfort High, starting. Bryson Cox, the junior, number 9. Number 10, William Noberto. Number 11, Alex Gonzalez. Number 13, Ethan Clark. Number 15, Stefan Bebe. I can never remember whether it's Bebe or Bibi, but I feel like we saw someone with that same name last year. Number 22, Parker Coblin, and number 24, William Coblin, a sophomore and a senior. And that will complete the starting lineups for both of these teams. As we get our light show again.
So, Stefan Bibi or Bebe, whichever, however you want to pronounce it. Same player that came on last year, strong for that Frankfort High team. He was actually the one that came in there and tied it up right before the end of regulation. Used his speed to get it from the back half of the field, took it all the way down the field and tied it, you know, and sent that district championship game into overtime.
And that's one thing to mention is Frankfort High coming into this as the defending champion of this tournament. As they were, that was a thriller last year against Great Crossing. Frankfort High with possession early here. That'll be a throw for the Flyers. Almost for the Panthers. I thought they were pointing in the other direction, but they let play go. Panthers still on the attack. That was Bryson Cox, number 9. Nearly got his foot to it, but Franklin County playing it into space. It's a foot race here. Flyers score early on a breakaway goal.
And I think they got him off sides.
And you're correct. He's looking at quizzically at the linesman. Really want to see this and take a look up here, and it's really going to be. We don't really see it, unfortunately. We don't really see where Piper starts his run. But from that angle, of course, that's a good second after the ball was played, which is really when the call would be made or wouldn't be made. But
I thought it was close.
Yeah, I did too.
And Frankfort High dodges a bullet right there, right out of the gate.
And for the Flyers, a statement of intent early. Let's see this again. We're going to catch it from the other view. And I think there you really see that Piper maybe just creeped a little bit offside as number 5 for Frankfort High, Caleb Tracy, stepped forward just a little bit. And I think that's what made the difference in this score being tied scoreless and the Flyers being up 1-0. Because I think even if Piper had been a couple steps forward, I don't even think that little advantage he would have gained would have made the difference. I think he really had that back line for the Flyers, or for the Panthers rather, dead to rights. But we play on. Here's Piper again.
Coblin that time closing out.
That one makes its way in. Nearly getting on the end of that was a Flyer. Not able to keep it in, so that'll be a throw for Frankfort High. But Franklin County on the attack early. They want to get on the scoreboard as quickly as they can, which I've heard is the objective of the game.
Yeah, and outscore your opponent. If you have more goals than your opponent, most likely you're going to come out on top.
See, that is the kind of hard-hitting analysis you just can't get anywhere. And we give it to you. Ball sails into the air, and Franklin County maintaining possession here. That's number 10 on the ball for Franklin County, Marlon Martinez. Plays the ball forward, dangerous. First time shot is saved that time. Fantastic bit of goalkeeping there for Frankfort High. And the Flyer goalkeeper there Schrader stepping up and making a nice save, but will earn a corner, as that was just a fantastic ball by Martinez. And the corner not really amounting to anything for Franklin County that time, but I still can't get over that pass finding. I didn't see who it found in space over there on the right side. I didn't catch the number quite yet, but fantastic cross-field ball.
That was Boateng that had the
number 11.
Mm-hmm.
Here comes Franklin High. They've had a little trouble so far just getting a foot to the ball. It's been all Flyers. Flyers led in scoring this season with 10 goals in 14 games by Eric Pfeiffer. You see there, number 33. Boateng just a little bit behind with 7 goals in 13 appearances, but also has 4 assists. Nice little flick up in the air there by number 37 for County. But Frankfort High will get their feet to it. Frankfort High just really has not had any kind of sustained possession so far here in the first 5 minutes. There's Martinez getting back one Flyer and another, and that one popping up on his hand, and that'll send it the other way. It's Layden New, the junior there, number 12 for Franklin County. And booting it into the air is Benjamin Schrader. And Frankfort High looking to turn here and move towards that Franklin County side of the field, and once again conceding possession. Boateng playing the cross-field ball. It finds its way over to Martinez. Tried to loft it up for Piper to run onto, but that one just had a little bit too much air under it.
And what a testament to Frankfort High's program to lose as many seniors as they did last year off of that All-A state championship team, district champions, and to come back as the 2 seed, right, in this tournament again this year.
They're coming in with they're coming in at 1 and 2 in the district. I believe they may be the 3 seed here. We'll have to check that. But Franklin County coming in with the district record of 2 and 1, and Frankfort High at 1 and 2. But point taken, they've still been able to not have the wheels come off in any sense. This one finding its way to Piper. Flyers will have a throw right in front of the stands. Crossfield ball is intercepted there by Frankfort High. And Panthers looking to break here. But so far, Frankfort High has been really just kind of pinned back into their own half of the field, as their midfield has really just not been able to get any touches going anywhere close to that Franklin County goal thus far. But now they're trying to pile on the pressure on that Franklin County back line. But the Flyers on the move here. There's a cutback play to the feet of Piper, who tried to turn on it. Ball is still alive. There's Martinez. Ball bounces free. Here's the shot from distance, and it's going to go just over the crossbar. Take a look at the replay. The deflection brought it right into the path of Dalton Turner, the junior. Just could not keep that one down. Netter took it into space, and Frankfort High trying to get a knee on it and just to press it forward. So far, the Panthers not having a whole lot of luck in possession, but they've got to throw right in front of their bench, taken quickly. Panthers looking to strike here. Now they'll be able to get some bodies forward.
Feet got tangled up right there. And get a foul against Frankfort High. County retakes possession.
Looking at the team stats so far for Frankfort High, we'll put a pause on that as a fantastic finish that time. Cutting onto his right foot, playing it from his left. Marlon Martinez, the senior, opens up the scoring, and we've had a night full of dancing after goals tonight by Flyers. Marlon Martinez with a wonderful finish. Let's take a look at this. Evades the defender and smashes it into the left-hand side of the net. And really, that time, it looked like Schrader understandably assumed that he was going to try to go far corner, and Martinez just hooks it into the left. Fantastic, again, finish. I use that superlative often, but I like seeing finishes like that.
Yeah, it takes some skill, right? That you're going down the field and you cut back to the middle, set yourself up between defenders and make a tremendous kick there. And, you know, it turned a little bit from the keeper, right? It had some spin on it, and now Frankfort High getting a corner here.
Yeah, 10 minutes in, Franklin County gets the first goal, and Frankfort High with the chance to finally get one in front of the face of goal here for Franklin County. It curls inward, head comes to it, and nice job that time by Franklin County to just kind of force the ball, force the play away from danger. Pfeiffer heads that one, and he just tries to run onto it, still with a chance at it. A couple players colliding and go tumbling. Nothing untoward there, says the referee. We play on. Here come the Panthers. Trying to get a little bit of possession here. It looks like the midfield is just getting a little bit stretched, and they haven't really been able to link up the way you can tell they're attempting to. Here's Elijah McDaniel for the Panthers, earning a throw the hard way.
Yeah, a little body shot that time by the defender.
There's Ethan Clark with the back heel over to McDaniel, staying onside. Now Clark gets it back and plays McDaniels into some space. Chance to put a corner in here. She's not able to get a whole lot of air underneath it. The Flyers were attempting to keep that in, and it might have been, as we see the infraction that led no call there, so it was just a throw. Panthers with a chance to even it up. Bicycle kick, and just goes wide. Fantastic bit of play, wonderful acrobatic shot there by the senior William Norberto, but just unable to get it straight. That would have been one that we would have been showing for years and years here. that's the kind that sits up and you just dream about having that opportunity, because you could see with his first touch, that's exactly what he was lining up.
Yeah, and who at this, you know, level knows how to defend that? I mean, that's,
exactly. Yeah, if that happens, you're almost so impressed that anybody has that kind of acrobatic skill and agility that you have to make sure it doesn't lock you up as a defender. But we've seen some wonder goals out of this Panther team in the past. Of course, who among us can forget that shot from midfield as Philip Pfeiffer tries to channel a little bit of that energy. But yeah, Bailey Spade from about 20 or 30 yards, or over 30, 40 yards out, free kick. And I don't know if you remember that one. That one, I think that would still be going if the net weren't there.
Yeah.
The moment Cable 10 went viral. Panthers with a free kick in the middle of the field. And sails over everyone. This will be a goal kick for Franklin County as we get a look at the Flyers back line playing it out. And Seth Tucker in the goal for Franklin County. There is their leading scorer on the season, Philip Pfeiffer. That was the goal that Martinez scored. That was his 6th goal on the season to go along with 3 assists. Here's Boateng chasing one down, and the Panthers able to turn on this one and for the moment clear the danger. And a little collision right there in the middle of the field, and the Panthers will get a free kick.
You know, John, we got both football kickers in this game. Easton Powell from Franklin County, Will Coblin for Frankfort High. You know, dual sport players. And, you know, when I was playing, you didn't see that as much. It seems like that really started getting more and more popular probably in the late 90s. High school coaches going to their soccer teams and finding a kicker.
I know in my high school at Lincoln County, I believe we had a run of place kickers who were standouts on the soccer team. I myself was not a standout on the soccer team in the brief time that I played. That was an interesting little bit of interplay there because they wanted to set up a goal kick, but Rodriguez had to head the ball over to Seth Tucker from about 2 feet away just to keep Tucker from having to touch it with his feet first. There's your goal scorer. Martinez not able to run that one down. Frankfort High is coming into the game a little bit more since that first goal, but Franklin County still with the advantage on the scoreboard. And really on the balance of the first 10 minutes, I feel like that was coming from Franklin County. They had been piling on the pressure for a while. And that man, Martinez, with the goal, and he's really been, I believe, the standout goal aside for the Flyers thus far.
Well, and Pfeiffer got that breakaway early, just a tad bit offsides. But you feel like Franklin County was looking to attack right away. And they've really been on the attack for the most part of the first half tonight. So
there was a Dalton Turner coming in with a side-footed pass, just could not find Martinez with that. But they're definitely trying to play Martinez into space out there on the left side. They've found something that Frankfort High doesn't have an answer for yet. We've got a substitute coming in for the Flyers, or for the Panthers, excuse me. Number 21, Houston Hancock in the game. Franklin County again winning possession in the midfield, again threatening. Finding Martinez into space, his first time shot just outside the post. And a collision there, both players seem to be all right. Fantastic through ball that time. And I'll have to find a new adjective here because I've used that one quite a bit, but Alan Calderon with a wonderful, incisive ball.
there you go.
All right, pulled out my mental thesaurus. Next time I say, I need to give you a ruler, and the next time I say the word fantastic, you just give me the none treatment. Slap me over the wrist. What's that?
Tremendous.
Ah, we can do tremendous.
Spectacular.
Above average. How about that? Really stretching the boundaries of my imagination on that one. As we see the goal scorer, Martinez, taking a well-earned breather. The midfield, I think, is really where Franklin County is just kind of dominating this game so far, because it's kind of, you know, to use our football lines to our advantage, it's really kind of between the 30-yard lines that Frankfort High just cannot make that transition from defense to offense. And that's a testament to Franklin County and the way they've just been really just, it's almost like a wall, and at a certain point, Frankfort High just hasn't been able to get anything consistently going towards that Franklin County goal.
Oh, Franklin County has done a really good job controlling the midfield on both sides of the ball, really. And that's where this game has been played for the most part.
And when Franklin County gets the ball, you can tell they're trying to get it. They'll start in the midfield, and then they're trying to play it out wide because they have so much talent on either side that they had at the beginning of the game, and still with Martinez, the goal scorer, and then they've got Boateng out there on the right, who they've found a couple of times in space. And then you've got Eric Pfeiffer, who's got size and speed coming right down the middle.
Yeah, it's a really unique situation to have a three-headed monster, you know, that can really get you a goal from anywhere on that front line.
It's a nice luxury, that's for sure. Here come the Panthers. Nice little chip ball forward, and just a sight of goal and not able to get in and convert it into points. That was Alex Gonzalez, the senior. You could tell what the intention was, just wasn't able to get the execution just right. But Frankfort High is starting to threaten a little bit here. That one's going to sail through. Boateng chips it forward, and a wide open goal awaited number 24 for Franklin County, and not able to find the goal that time. Excuse me, it was number 32. Giovanni Catalan just could not get the touch he needed to bring it under control, but that would have been 2-1 Franklin County, and he got really any kind of contact on it.
Yeah, just out of reach. Great look.
But the Flyers attacking again. Here's Catalan. He had Boateng making that run. Boateng makes a fantastic touch and knocks it into the path of Tulawani Soundbay. And the first time shot covered up by Schrader. Here's the throw in. Everson Rodriguez finds Boateng in the middle of the field, and that one is going to fly out of play. It'll be a throw from Frankfort High. It looks like we're going to get some substitutions in here. Coming into the game for the Panthers, that'll be number 18 for Frankfort High, Philip Kettrell. Headed out by Rodriguez. So the Panthers will have a throw. 16 minutes here in the first half. Goal by the number 10 for Franklin County. Marlon Martinez separates these two teams. Of course, we mentioned Frankfort High coming in here as the defending champion last year, winning this tie 6-1 over Franklin County, and then beating Great Crossing in that thriller down by the river 3-2. No fans involved.
I was waiting.
Yeah.
I was waiting on that.
I mean, I didn't see any. There could have been some.
I'm sure there was some down by the river.
If there's an electrical hookup there. So we've got a foul here as two players coming together. And that one, pretty painful. Both players up, and unfortunately for Frankfort High, it looks like coming out on the worst end of that was the freshman Philip Kettrell, as he's got to be aided off the pitch, and that one, he definitely caught the worst end of that and looked like he caught some studs like right in the leg, and never something you want to see. But not only that, gives up a free kick.
Yeah, another one of those 50-50 balls. Both players had the same idea, the slide, and like you said, he got the worst end of that one.
Rodriguez plays it all the way through, and that ball finding its way all the way to Ben Schrader in the goal for Frankfort High. So he puts it high into the air and into the lights. There's Alex Rodriguez. And we'll see. I thought maybe he earned a corner, but it will actually just be a goal kick. Frankfort High trying to play it down the right channel now. We haven't really seen them explore that route just yet. Sandbay headed it, looked like he was trying to find Boateng in space. Now it's coming the other way. This is Bebe. He just runs out of room, but the clearance for Franklin County finds a white shirt instead. Panthers on the attack here. Through ball cut out by Rodriguez, but still with it is Frankfort High. The Cross comes in, finds the foot of a flyer first, but still under pressure as Babe takes one from distance, takes a deflection, could have gone anywhere, but luckily for the Flyers, goes just to the wide right, but it will be a corner kick. Those are the worst for a keeper because you could see right there, Hancock was completely committed to one side. It looked like the ball might be trailing to the other. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, he was committed to going right, and it deflected, and for Franklin County, it's lucky that didn't take an awkward bounce.
And you know, I don't know how much the European leagues you get a chance to watch, but I know in England there's actually something called the Dubious Goals Committee. They actually have, it's the most British thing I've ever heard of. You know, no offense to our British friends, but just the fact that we need bureaucracy to judge, a committee to judge whether or not a goal that takes a deflection or some other means of going in actually counts on a goal scorer's record, or if it's counted as an own goal. They have a committee for this. The Dubious Goals Committee. I'm not sure whether appointments are lifetime or they're up for a vote. Or subject to parliamentary discretion. Here's Rodriguez. The 1-2, he finds the ball back. We had a couple of players giving each other a little bit of a tongue lashing over there. But here comes Frankfort High trying to get anything headed towards that way. Just nobody really able to establish possession on either side. It's kind of just been a little bit of back and forth ping pong for the last 5 minutes here. Maybe legs starting to get just a little bit tired. We've played just about 30 minutes so far. That's a fantastic through ball by Boateng. And the first time shot, it looked like he might have been trying to cross it. There was Catalan into the path. That's just a wonderful outside of the foot pass. And Catalan, I think he was looking to play it into the path to Luwani Sanbe, and just caught a little bit too much of the turf. But had they made that come off, that would have been just an unbelievable team goal. You can tell exactly what the tension was there as that sat up, and Tucker has to come way out of his goal. That is going to sail just wide. Great chance for Frankfort High as Seth Tucker came all the way out of the box, and chipping it over just slightly there for Frankfort High was William Norberto, as colliding with his own player was Tucker, and that was probably the best chance that the Flyers have had thus far to even this game up, and I think Norberto is going to be seeing that one in his sleep.
Well, Franklin County got a free kick there, so was it goalie interference?
I'm not sure, because it would have been, I mean, it would have, I'm not sure how that would have worked out. I think it was just, was it a free kick, or did they bring somebody on to take the goal kick besides the keeper?
No, it was a free kick that came all the way out to the top of the 18.
That's interesting. It may have been, but I know the goalkeeper ran into his own man, so it may have been a foul in the build-up there, but it seemed like the bounce of the ball benefited the Panthers there, so maybe that's why they called it back. No, I understand what you're saying now. It took me a second, but yeah, as we see the replay here, I was looking at the wrong player. In fact, that was a Panther that smashed into Seth Hancock there. Seth Tucker, excuse me. Not sure where I got Seth Hancock. Actually, I am. Seth Hancock, guy who runs Claybert Farm. I've spent too much time in the horse world, so my apologies to Seth Tucker and Seth Hancock. And Boateng on the run, one-on-one with the keeper, and a fantastic job by Ben Schrader to step up and keep a goal off the scoreboard as Boateng really, really close to doubling the score. That's just a fantastic instinct save there. There's that word again. But it applies there. Those are the kind of saves that absolutely keep teams in games. Just a fantastic job, again, of stepping up for Ben Schrader.
Yeah, and getting a fingertip on that, because that was going in.
There's no telling how long I've been calling Seth Tucker or Seth Hancock.
Well, we had Houston Hancock come in for the Panthers.
That's right. And they're right next to each other on my sheets that I have in front of me, the Frankfort High and the Franklin County rosters. And if you heard the first game, you understand that I failed to change up my colors in printing out the two rosters, so I've been kind of going back and forth between them the whole night. I don't know if you can hear it on the mic, but I've been filing papers around like the world's most incompetent law clerk, as we've got number 13 coming into the game for the Panthers. That's Ethan Clark, the junior, coming back in. And here's the kick by Ben Schrader. Goes right to a flyer. Nice job over on the left side by the Panthers to snuff out the danger. There's Babay going up against a flyer on the far side. Looked like that was Alan Calderon. Calderon with a nice job of protecting the ball, and Bebe just grabbing a little bit of the shirt to try to get some advantage, and the official that time saw it.
But you can't do that. That's a hold in any sport.
Indeed it is. That'll be a throw in. Well, they say threw it out a lot closer as we've got some action and a shot on goal that's saved away by Seth Tucker. And just a snapshot that time, and you can tell that Alberto, another chance at goal for him, and just not able to get it in a position that would have troubled Seth Tucker at all. There's a collision in the middle of the field as Pfeiffer running headfirst into a Panther. Now the Flyers, with it. Really, over the past 3 or 4 minutes, it does feel like Frankfort High is starting to get a foothold in this game and starting to figure out where they can attack Franklin County. There's a nice ball that goes all the way through. Panthers on the attack, and a collision there. It looked like an arm may have came out, but nothing called. Play goes on. Boateng with the ball over the top. There's Martinez running onto it. Gets it on his right foot, takes the shot. It takes a little bit. I thought it took a deflection, but I think it just kind of hit it into the turf and it took all the momentum off of it. Let's take a look at this again. And that's a good no call, I think, right there, because stepping in first to get the ball for Franklin County was number 13, Andres Johnson. And then to balance himself, the arm came out, and at full speed, it kind of looks a little bit like you see the arm go out, and the first thing is that a penalty? But I think that's actually a really good tackle on the part of Johnson.
Yeah, and a good job by the officials to not blow a whistle there and put a really good game in the hands of a penalty kick, right? I mean,
I feel like our officiating has been stellar so far in this tournament, and just been solidly, they haven't been the story. And, you know, the official has the hardest job on the pitch, bar none. But the ones that have been covering all of the games that we've had so far have been doing a fantastic bit of work. If you're counting at home, that's about 20 now. 2.5 minutes left in this first half. And Frankfort High is going to get a free kick in a pretty dangerous spot just outside the box. It's going to the ground here, trying to maintain its possession. That was number 17, excuse me. Yeah, it was number 17 for the Panthers. That's Lakin Smithson-Saxena, the freshman. Now stepping over this free kick is number 11, Alex Gonzalez. It looks like he's really trying to place it here. Maybe trying to curve it around that 4-man flyer wall. We got to get the officials some spray like we see in the major leagues. And taking the first time shot is Rodriguez, and that time Seth Tucker punching it out. That one took a deflection, looked like off the back of Everson Rodriguez. That could have gone anywhere, but Seth Tucker, nice job of snap reacting, pushes it out with both hands. It'll be a Panther corner. And the corner headed out. Flyer is able to clear the danger. Chipped away that time by the Flyers as the first half begins to draw to a close. There's the throw coming in for Frankfort High. That was Jacob Tracy with the throw in, and he'll have a chance to do it again. This time he's going to leave it to number 13, Ethan Clark. I think it may have been Clark that took the foul that led to that free kick just a little bit ago. I credited the wrong player, but I saw 13 as a 17 as we've got a Panther on the turf. That is number 11, Alex Gonzalez, the senior. Looks like to be in some pain right in front of the goal mouth for Franklin County. And coming in to check on him as a teammate there is, I'm not sure what it was. The trainers are going to come out and see to Rodriguez as he's in some pain, and we'll take a look at how we got there. You see, it looks like there's a collision there between a couple of, he kind of gets sandwiched between a couple of Flyers there and instantly grabs his leg. We certainly hope, because he's been such a vital cog of the Panther attack so far, we hope there's nothing serious going on with him, but they have yet to move him from that position, and taking all the necessary precautions are the trainers over there. And it looks like he's up and able to walk with a little bit of hitch in his step, but he's able to put weight on that leg, and I think that's the best thing you want to see right now. Is we see what happened. It kind of looks like his leg just kind of gets bent underneath of him. His toe just kind of catches into the turf.
And it looked like, too, he may have took a cleat to the back of the knee as he was going down, too. So
a lot of things happening. None of them look particularly soft or gentle. 23 seconds left, and we're going to get a substitution in here for Frankfort High. Close this one out. So you see number 13, Andres Johnson, who's standing in at right back for Franklin County, the senior. That one headed down, not able to run onto it are the Flyers. So we'll have a throw for Franklin County. They're going to try to take it quickly here to get one in before the half, but it's headed right back out, and that will bring the first half to a close as Franklin County goes into the interval up 1-0 after a goal by Marlon Martinez at around the 10-minute mark in the first half. Flyers up 1-0. We'll have highlights for you on the other side of the break. Stay with us here on Cable 10.
Call David Toll's Auto Pro for all your automotive needs.
Don't let your car keep you from making important plans. Take it to David Toll's Auto Pro, 515 Duncan Road and 1348 Versailles Road.
Hey, that was my friend Logan's soccer coach. Why'd you wave at her?
Because she's also our Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agent. She's the one that helped us get our house fixed after that big storm last year.
Well, that explains the name of their team.
Which is?
The Storm.
Good one.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Game of the Week halftime show is brought to you by Classic Gold. Art-carved class rings are available at Classic Gold Master Jewelers on 859 East Main Street in Frankfort.
Classic Gold Master Jewelers has an amazing selection of jewelry that anyone will love. Classic Gold also provides custom services like pearl restringing, engraving, watch repair, ring resizing, and custom designs. Classic Gold Master Jewelers, 859 East Main Street.
Welcome back to Western Hills High School. We're at halftime of Game 2 of Night 2 of the 41st District Tournament, and the boys' side of the ledger. Franklin County High School up 1-0 on Frankfort High, and let's take a look at how we got to that score line as we see the fantastic pyrotechnics show. And teams exchanging pleasantries in this crosstown rivalry, and as soon as we had that breaking away early, thought he had the opening goal was Pfeiffer, but took a look at the linesman. I think anybody that's played striker knows as soon as they score a goal, I think he probably had a little bit of an idea that he might have been just off, but still going to ask the question. But Franklin County really the more attacking of the two teams to start this one out, nearly scoring there. This was the opening goal. It's coming onto that was Marlon Martinez. Cuts it back, evades a tackle, and fantastic finish. And then, I don't know if it's the lights, maybe making everyone think that, you know, we're at a club or something, but everybody wants to dance tonight. But you know what? I'm here for it. I like it. A fantastic acrobatic attempt by, that was number 10, William Norberto, who had a couple of chances to even the score in the first half. It was a through ball that was played forward to Boateng, who just wasn't able to get it around the keeper. And towards the end of the first half, Frankfort High starting to assert themselves a little bit in this game. The free kick forcing a save out of Seth Tucker. Punching it out and keeping the Flyers on top, and that is where we sit. 1-0, Franklin County up on Frankfort High, as these two teams have another 40 minutes to decide, at least 40 minutes, who goes on to take on Great Crossing on Thursday night in the championship. We'll be back with second half action. Stay with us here on Cable 10.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Bill McCoy Insurance Agency, celebrating over 48 years in business. With over 15 companies to shop from and collectively over 100 years of experience. Call, visit us, or request quotes on BillMcCoyInsuranceAgency.com.
Hi?
We're looking for insurance.
Let's see who's free.
When insurance agents work for only one company, their options are simply limited. But a trusted choice independent agent is free to shop many companies for a better deal. Free to do what's right for you.
Bill McCoy Insurance Agency, celebrating over 48 years in business. Call, come by, or visit our website for free quotes today.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Estate Tree Service. We have a solution for all your tree care needs. Estate Tree Service provides expert tree care and preservation. Call 502-229-5258 for a free estimate.
Yeah, this is Joe. You need a tree removed from your yard? Yeah, I can do that for you.
Don't take a chance on any Joe Schmo. Call Estate Tree Service for all your tree care needs. Since 1957, Estate Tree Service has provided safe, quality tree care at a fair rate. From tree removal and pruning to stump grinding and debris cleanup, we've got you covered. Call the trusted professionals at Estate Tree Service today.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Traditional Bank. When your business is looking to win, with tough competition around every corner, you need high performers backing you up. Traditional Bank's local team will stand by your side as a trusted partner, your friendly neighbor, and your biggest fan. It's time to make the switch. Traditional Bank, member FDIC.
Game of the Week is brought to you by Whitehead Hancock. Whitehead Hancock Plumbing has been serving Frankfort families for more than 100 years. You can trust Whitehead Hancock for all your plumbing, heating, cooling, and septic needs. Call them today at 502-227-2213 for 24-hour emergency service or visit their website at whiteheadhancock.com. Tune in to Around 10, Frankfort's very own morning show. We cover all the happenings in the capital city every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. live on Cable 10, Facebook, and YouTube. Remember, if it happens around town, it's on Around 10.
teams have taken the field again as Frankfort High looks to claw that goal back that Franklin County scored at the 30-minute mark in the first half, as the winner of this game, as we mentioned, will move on to take on Great Crossing. 1-0 your score. The Flyers on top after a goal by Marlon Martinez. And it'll be interesting to see how Frankfort High comes out in the second half, because I really feel like at the start of the game, Franklin County just came out kind of, for, you know, lack of a better term, really just kind of punched Frankfort High in the mouth. The Panthers weren't able to really get any kind of sustained possession. One of the first big plays of the game, it was offside called back, but it was that breakaway that Eric Pfeiffer had, putting the ball in the back of the net. And that really just set a tone that it was hard for Frankfort High to really claw their way back into the game. But towards the end of the first half, I think you saw that.
Well, yeah, the final 10 minutes plus that half, you felt like the momentum had switched. Frankfort High was getting shots on goal. I mean, with all intents and purposes, a couple of those goals probably should have went in, and they could very well be leading this. But we've seen this out of Frankfort High teams before, right? Be trailing 1-0, 2-1. Seems like that they really don't get going till those final 10 minutes of a half, but you know, we talked about it last night, how important the first 5 minutes of a game and the first 5 minutes of a half is. And Frankfort High coming right down the field here,
showing some intent, trying to even that score as quickly as possible. Trying to prove our friend David Daly prophetic here, as Eric Pfeiffer taking a shoulder-to-shoulder tackle, and clean tackle that time by, I believe that was Jacob Tracy, putting a shoulder in. Just good, hard, solid defending. Frankfort High with the ball. Play it over the top. Ball finds its way back to the Flyers, and Boateng managed to keep that one in. Plays a nice ball down the channel to Piper. Piper has it slide tackled away, and they're going to get Piper for a full back. That's another fantastic, and there's that word again, but wonderful. I mean, I really can't think of any other way to describe the defending that we have on display here, as nice hustle by Boateng to keep that alive. Not only keep it alive, but play it into the path of Piper. But look at that. That slide tackle there from Jacob Tracy, that's the second big defensive play he's made so far in this second half, and it's been a fun one to watch. We've got a collision in the middle of the field. That one looked nasty, but Dalton Turner thankfully popping back up. And it was kind of shoulder to shoulder, but it looked like it jarred both players just a little bit. Now he may have gotten the head to the shoulder there.
And Dalton, not the biggest kid in the world, height-wise, but he plays like he's 6'4".
Yeah, he doesn't back down from anybody. Here come the Flyers, or the Panthers, excuse me. There's my one per game. And Frankfort High trying to switch fields, but nobody at home on the right side.
John, you feel like that one of these teams is going to squeak one in here any minute, just by the flow of the game, whether it's a shot or a deflection. There's just so much action inside the boxes right now.
Yeah, it's really opened up a lot, and I think these teams just kind of feeling each other out a little bit in the first half, and now they, you know, they've already played once this season, but, you know, tournament, a team is a completely different entity than they are in the season, because everything's on the line.
Another great slide tackle there.
Yeah, wonderful play by the back line for Franklin County. Some last-ditch defending, So we've got a player down, and that's Marlon Martinez. Let's see what happened here. And the trailing foot just got tangled up with a Panther that looked like Bryson Cox, number 9, coming in the back end of it. Coming out the worst is Marlon Martinez, but he's back up and looks like he can carry on.
And he should have to leave the field, I would.
Well, the trainers didn't come on, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Looked like he was just down for a second, but was able to continue and carry on. Shot from distance, not really threatening the Frankfort High goal. That'll come back at him. Pfeiffer gets his foot to it. And Tracy coming out on top on that battle. And that's been a really fun one to watch so far in the second half, is Eric Pfeiffer versus Jacob Tracy. And so far, Tracy getting the better of it. That's the 3rd time he's done an exceptional job. And he and everybody else surely aware of the goal threat that Eric Pfeiffer poses. Just the ball over the top. And the Panthers not able to keep it in. But I think the Panthers definitely showing a little more confidence and a little more fortitude's probably the wrong word for it, but definitely trying to be a little more positive than they may have been to start out this game. And of course, the Panthers coming in as the defending champions, and they're definitely not going to want to get the to miss the chance to defend that crown in the championship against Great Crossing.
No, and we know what those two teams can produce when they get on the field together.
Absolutely, instant classic. Frankfort High has a throw in front of their own. That's the throw you don't want to mess up or foul in front of your own bench, because you'll never hear the end of it. I think the only worst place would be in front of the opposing bench, but at least you don't have to see those players the next day or at practice or on the bus. Here's Martinez doing a nice job of dribbling it out and drawing the foul.
Little pull down on the shoulder there.
Yeah, and just was kind of falling in stages there, and looks like he's still feeling the effects of that earlier foul. But he's going to carry on.
And I think it's one of the players that County cannot afford to go down.
Yeah, he was, I mean, not only just scoring in the first half, but he was really the creator for a lot of what Franklin County was doing right. So we've got a corner here. Stepping up to take that is going to be late and new. Gets to the front of the goal. Flyer gets to it, but no power on it. Now here come the Panthers. That's a nice through ball. Just getting there behind it was Alex Gonzalez, but Panthers will get a throw. And they're starting to be able to spend a little bit more time in the Flyer side of the field. Definitely more than the first 10 minutes of the first half.
Well, and we saw that the last 10 or 12 minutes of the first half, right? That they started to dictate the flow of the game and get more and more pressure on Franklin County.
That will be the challenge for Franklin County to again reestablish the dominance that they had in the midfield in the first half. But a slip there and a shoulder-to-shoulder tackle, and I didn't see what happened closely enough, and we're going to get another look at it. It looked clean. The tackle did, as we're going to see it here, and I think that's a really, really good bit of officiating. And to Frankfort High's credit, I don't think anybody was really calling for a penalty there.
No, you know, sometimes, you know,
it's contact sport.
Yes, refs will be a little quick to blow a whistle in the box. You know, feet are going to get tangled up. There is going to be bumping. Like you said, it's a contact sport. And almost a collision sport anymore. So, because players are bigger, stronger, faster than they've ever been, even at this level.
And I think that's where officiating really comes into, and it's a tough job. And again, we have to give credit to the officials that we've had in all the games in every facet of it. I think they've done a good job of not letting anything get out of hand, but letting the game play out organically as opposed to becoming a talking point. County just safely plays that ball over their own bench. There's Gonzalez for Frankfort High. He'll earn a corner. Panthers have the chance to get a ball into the goal mouth of Franklin County and tie this one up. We haven't seen a lot of free kicks for really either side, corner kicks at all. It's been a lot of play between the lines so far in this one. Was a little bit of waiting for a whistle that they weren't sure was ever going to come, but I think that's what they were looking for, is maybe a little bit of frustration there coming in on the part of number 9 for Frankfort High, Bryson Cox. And again, I think we're kind of running into a pattern that you touched on it before the game, a little bit not completely dissimilar to what we saw last night, when Great Crossing and Western Hills really played in the same kind of back and forth push-pull game. The Warhawks eventually grinding it out.
Yeah, and it feels like that, you know, the teams are trying to be a little more physical. I mean, it's, you know, Frankfort High, we're used to the speed, the finesse of the game. They're a lot more physical this year, and it may be because they're down a little bit of talent compared to what they've had the last couple of years.
Yeah, in watching the English game as much as I do, they call that agricultural, which I don't know if that's a compliment or a slight. It's England, so they really kind of blend into each other. There's Everson Rodriguez playing that ball over the top, looking to catch Boateng. But there's a shot from Rodriguez. Had the attention of Schrader there in the goal. Rodriguez, I think he caught Schrader just a little bit off of his goal line and wanted to test and see if he can sneak one in. One nothing still the score. We played just about 14 minutes here in the second half. That ball came up and hit McDaniel in the face, it looked like, and McDaniel was wearing glasses out there, so that couldn't have been comfortable. There's another shot from distance and nearly sneaking it in again. I believe that was with the opposite foot.
Well, set up and then left foot.
Sets it up with his right, takes it with his left, and that kind of took a nasty little dip at the last second. Some confident strikes from nearly midfield by Everson Rodriguez. On the Panthers on the attack, it falls beyond the Flyer back line. And that will be a corner for Frankfort High, because they've got a chance to put in another lofted ball and see if they can get anybody to get their head to it. 1-0 still your score, the difference still being that goal in after 10 minutes of play in the first half, as this one skies into the air. Getting his head to it is Jacob Tracy coming on and just not able to find a clear path. Now Piper on the attack, he's sprinting forward, just couldn't spring it free, but now Frankfort High's got numbers coming in the other direction. Here's Bebe, chips it forward, and that looked like a possible handball, but it may have just been bringing the chest down and the shoulder came with it. Now Piper and Bebe going to battle in the middle of the field. That'll be a free kick for Franklin County as they look to get on it quickly here. And they take it quickly. I think there may have been an offside there in the buildup. So it'll be a goal kick for Frankfort High. Let's take a look at the replay here. They take it quickly. Yeah. And yeah, it was offside by Boateng by about a yard. And Jacob Tracy having a conversation with the officials there, and the official just communicating well with the players, and I think the players are trying, they're spirited, but it looks like there's a level of respect that's being maintained there.
Well, and I think senior leadership, Jacob Tracy coming in and saying, hey, we don't need you to get a card right now. Let's just stay calm.
I think the issue was, I think Bebe was a little bit irritated at the fact that Franklin County was able to just step on and take that. And there's still a discussion about the handball that we pointed out that was missed. And that's still a point of discussion. And ironically, it looked like we had a similar situation there with Elijah McDaniel, number 7 for Frankfort High. So, consistency is key.
Absolutely. I mean, both players in those instances had their hands down to their side.
Yeah, doing the best that they can. And you've got to try to get something on the ball. So, and it's just what, players are going to do. They're going to argue the rule as much as they can. And that's where the official has to be decisive and has to be consistent in the way they call it. And really, as a player, that's all you can ask for. Here's a shot from about 10 yards out. That one's saved by Seth, don't call me Hancock Tucker. And that was kind of right at Seth Tucker here, but stepping up well to keep this score line what it is. Frankfort High has had their chances, but it seems like a lot of those shots have just not been able to trouble Seth Tucker very much. A lot of them coming right at him, but Panthers are going to have a free kick about 10 yards outside the box here. Now, do they try to loft this one in the air, or do they try to play it direct? Because on the other side of the field in the first half, they did have a nice chance to force the save out of Hancock, or I did it again, out of Tucker. trip myself up. Let's watch this free kick. And they're taking it direct and just a little bit too much air underneath that. Is coming in to take that for Frankfort High was, looked like, I couldn't see whether that was 11 or 12. There's a look at Tulawani Sanbe, who's into the game now for Franklin County. And another similar play with hand to shoulder. We've got a collision there, and going flying was a Panther, and we're going to stop the game just to make sure everybody's okay. And I think maybe the official's going to have a little discussion here to kind of settle things down a little bit.
I think we may have a card.
As we've got a collision there. Didn't see the number was coming in for County, but I think you're right. We may have a card because that was actually, it looked like Jacob Thompson, the senior for Franklin County, headed to the bench, and that would suggest that a card was given.
Came in with the knee high.
Standing over this free kick is Jacob Tracy, who's had a stellar second half. Plays it to the front of the box. The turn and snap shot is well wide. And that was the player, Bryson Cox, who took the hit that led to that free kick. Number 24 there for Frankfort High, William Coblin, the senior. Nothing between these two teams in the second half. The only thing between them on the scoreboard, that goal by Marlon Martinez. But really, since then, it's been anybody's game.
Absolutely. This game has just been what we thought it would be. It's really anybody's game. It's still anybody's game. 20 minutes to go.
There's the shot from distance. Not really troubling. Schrader in goal for Frankfort High. Now the Panthers on the attack as Bebe plays that one forward. Apologies for getting some of these pronunciations wrong. Boateng trying to run onto that one. That was a nice job by Schrader I think he saw that coming a split second before it was going to be trouble, and a nice job to come out and command his area.
And a good job by Boateng to
force the save.
Yeah.
Ball's up in the air. This one's going to fall into the path, and just straying offside that time was Alex Gonzalez. He's not happy about it, but I think he was just on the wrong side of the shoulder as the ball came up. We'll see here. Let's take a look at the line there, and yeah, if you just, the angle is a little difficult. It was very close, I'll give him that. It looked like he might have just been leaning offside. And our ad hoc VAR, thanks to our replay guru and resident soccer fan, Doug Crow, proving that there was just a little bit of an offside there, and we've got a player who's going off, and I think that might spell the end of the night for Marlon Martinez, who's definitely had his impact on the game, as his goal is what separates these two teams. And hate to see him come off like that, but he's had a whale of a game so far. That's going to be a throw for the Flyers deep on the Frankfort High side of the field. Here's Boateng. tried to loft it over into the path of cattle on there, but Frankfort High getting a foot to it, trying to clear. And that was a nice job of recovery defending by Everson Rodriguez, because Frankfort High looked to have a break on. That'll be a free kick for the Panthers. This play is pulled back. If you're just joining us, we had a fun game in the first half as the Lady Panthers of Frankfort High took on the Lady Flyers of Franklin County. Franklin County coming out on top of that one, 6-3. Not any quit in the Panthers, but the Flyers really, after an early goal by Frankfort, asserting their dominance, and they'll move on to play Thursday night against the Great Crossing Warhawks on the women's side as Boateng takes the shot. It hits the underside of the bar. So close to doubling the score line here. Ball's coming back in, but that one's going to sail over, but that did everything but go over the line. Let's take a look at this again. Fantastic shot. He had to just...
That hit the line.
He was ready to celebrate that and just denied by the Woodwork. It's coming back into the game is Parker Copeland. See this from the goal side camera. There's a benefit.
That's in.
Yeah, and we don't have goal line technology here, so whatever the official sees is gospel. But yeah, that did everything but find its way to the scoreboard for Franklin County. Let's take a look at here.
Watch the black.
See the bounce, and it hits the black, and I think by the letter of the law, the entire ball has to go over the line for it to count. And it's actually a good eye by the official, just short of going through for Boateng, and we've got a collision over on the near side of the field between Rodriguez and Ethan Clark, and maybe a little bit of spirited discussion after that. And going up for it was Rodriguez, and I think Clark was maybe just trying to protect himself. And that's a tough one because we'll discuss that after the corner, which getting ahead to it there was Bebe, but not able to get enough direction on it to sneak it past Seth Tucker.
John, we're in the final 15 minutes of this one. It's a 1-0 game.
Still could go either way. There's so much left to fight for. So much still left to decide here. Franklin County with a chance to break here. And again, coming across to make a shoulder-to-shoulder tackle and win back possession. That may be my Panther player of the game so far is Jacob Tracy. He's just done a phenomenal job of being the last line of defense for the Panthers.
On multiple occasions.
Here comes the Frankfort High attack. Here's Bebe, first time shot, excuse me, that was number 11. I thought I saw 15, but that was actually number 11. That was Alex Gonzalez.
Just a little touch pass there.
Yeah, I believe that was William Alberto with the nice little touch through ball, and Gonzalez running onto it, nearly cashing that in. Here comes Franklin County and Boateng. Nearly scoring just a moment ago. That one could be trouble for Frankfort High, and just able to get a foot over to it, but County's still pressuring, but the deflection brings it into the path of Frankfort High, but it just rolls out.
So what point does County come back with Pfeiffer on the field? He's been out for a little bit, getting a rest.
I think it's still so back and forth. You maybe just think 10 minutes and you bring him back in. And really, I think it just kind of depends on what you're seeing with in terms of the scoreboard, because I mean, a 1-0 scoreline is not such that you feel like you can just start to pile everybody back, at least not at this point of the game. Once we get a few more minutes in, you might see Franklin County starting to kind of just protect.
Is. Right on cue, he's on the field.
Yeah. And this is also the time that for Franklin County, I think you're going to want as much experience on the field as possible. Phil Pfeiffer being, or excuse me, I called it, is that his brother?
That is his older brother.
We saw his exploits on the soccer and football field for the Flyers, but Eric Pfeiffer, the senior, stepping in, and I think that's just a case of getting as much senior leadership as possible, as we saw a pile up over there on the far side of the field. But also for Frankfort High, you're not in desperate times yet, but if you don't score a goal in the next 4 or 5 minutes, when do you start really just committing people forward, trying to get more bodies forward, you know, keeping less people back to prevent the break? And once that happens, things open up. You're getting more bodies forward. You got a better chance of scoring, but you're also leaving yourself exposed. Here's the chip forward. Boateng tried to pull it down with his right foot, still has it, cuts back on his left, lays it off, still at it. Nice bit of goalkeeping there by Schrader, putting himself at risk as Eric Pfeiffer nearly turning that one in. Franklin County trying to give themselves a little bit of breathing room here with about 11 minutes left in this one. Here come the Panthers. That's Gonzalez. Has it taken away, but it bounces back to a white shirt. Coming in to take that one away was Rodriguez, but coming back to the Panthers, and that'll be a throw, and it's taken quickly. Panthers trying to work down this left channel. Ball bounces kindly for Pepe, trying to shield a flyer off of it, and that'll be a corner. I think that's the first corner we've seen Frankfort High take, at least in this half, from the right side of the goal as we're looking at it here. Left side as we're looking at it now. Running in to take the header, crashing in was a Panther, still alive, crunching tackle, and that, I believe, will be a throw for Frankfort High. Let's take a look at the runner coming in. And that was Tracy, who nearly got his head to it, just a little bit in front of it. And going to the ground there, but I think that's a good no call. And now it's a corner. Panthers able to get ahead to it that time. Flyers, excuse me, clearing it out. Panthers unable to get ahead to it. And here's the through ball. Boateng's got a 1v1 with the keeper, knocks it past the open goal right now. Schrader trying to get chase and just kicks it out. Last ditch goalkeeping. It'll be a throw for the Flyers. They take it quickly. Here's Pfeiffer. Schrader back in his goal. Rodriguez. Cutting through there was Catalan. Or excuse me, that was number 25, Calderon. Now things are heating up. They were already pretty spicy in this game.
Yeah, the last few minutes of this being as close of a game and as much as it's on the line and already being a crosstown rivalry, it could get a little chippy.
And here's the through ball. It's onto the head of Gonzalez. He's got a shot at goal. Holds it on, and it hits the top of the crossbar. Unable, he forces it back in. It's a tie ball game, and we've got a game on our hands here. Alex Gonzalez keeping up the trend of showing us his moves. Don't tell me these kids don't know where the cameras are. But fantastic bit of play. Hits the crossbar with his initial chance, but just gets any part of his body on it, just kind of flings himself at it, but gets the goal for his trouble, and it's all tied up here on the west side.
Yeah, and we felt like that could have happened any time of either team, right? Both teams been attacking. Frankfort High with the quick counter.
The less said about that, the better. But to the goal scorer go the spoils, and just a little bit over 8 minutes left. We're all tied up here. And now both teams, how badly do they want to avoid going to extra time here? Spot in the championship game and a spot in the 11th region on the line between these two. And really, the tempo picked up so much over those past 5 minutes leading up to that goal. You knew somebody was going to score.
Well, it really started with the Boateng miss, right?
Yeah, I think both teams have just really stepped up their play to another level. There's Rodriguez taking the shot from distance, testing Schrader. Pulling it back is Piper. And Piper may have been a little bit too eager that time, but very close. As Schrader had it spill out a little bit from him. You see the save there. Schrader gets on it. Not a lot wrong with that. I guess they're going to say that Schrader had possession and had claimed it, but I feel like Piper has a legitimate argument there because the ball was still on the turf. And that could have been huge because if Piper manages to nudge that away, which it looked like he was pretty close to doing, all he had to do was tap it in. Here's the shot from distance from Rodriguez, and that sails well wide.
Good look at Tracy there, and he has really dictated the defense of this second half for Frankfort High.
Yeah, not only that, he's been willing to step forward and play a little further up the pitch and just give himself the extra work of having to get back if the counter is on for Franklin County. You've got number 24, William Coblin. Looked like he was feeling the effects of playing this hard, but sticking it out. If you're a senior, it's all on the line here. The chip shot from Bebe, high and wide. And for Franklin County here, you held Frankfort High off the scoreboard for 70 plus minutes. The main thing here is just to not get your head down about it. It's a tie game now, but it's not over. If it stays this score, you're still going to have a chance to win this, and win it they just might, as Boateng nearly pokes it in. But it looks like they've shaken that off a little bit, and they're trying to go out and win this game now.
Well, it's been such a hard-fought game on both teams.
There's the wafted ball. Gonzalez trying to find an in. He's got the ball, just tired legs, maybe heavy touch. But he really didn't have any room to move over anyway. There's Boateng. Big time collision with Coblin here on the near sideline. He's moving on, but he'll feel that one in the morning, I guarantee you. Here's the throw from Rodriguez. And we'll do it again. Rodriguez gets the, that's the ball from Pfeiffer. Goes into Boateng. There's Calderon. There's Rodriguez, gonna take the left footed shot. Big time save, can't get back to it, but manages to grab it and takes a big hit for his trouble as Pfeiffer was running in, and he's gonna hear about it from Frankfort High, but he's got to go after that ball, and it spilled out in Pfeiffer's defense, but that is some clutch goalkeeping on the part of Benjamin Schrader. Is that shot from distance from Rodriguez had a lot of venom in it. It looked like he had it in his hands, and just the impact of the ground knocked it loose, and Pfeiffer, I mean, a trip to the championship game's on the line, and I think he might have picked up a card on that one. And it's just a little bit late, but yeah, the contact.
But he had already committed to the play.
Yeah, there's no pulling out of it at that point. And I didn't see the card. I think he got a yellow, and that's probably why Pfeiffer had to take a seat. And let's take a look at sort of the aftermath. And that was a yellow for Pfeiffer, and I think that's the right call because there's no malice in that, but he did get to the tackle late. You've got to call something there. Chance for Frankfort High to run onto it. It's a foot race here. Shoulder to shoulder tackle, and that is going to roll just on the right side of the corner flag, so it'll be a throw. Got just under 3.5 minutes here, still up in the air between these two teams. It's been a fun game to watch. There's a throw in, trying to get his foot to it there. And the shot is saved at the near post. We'll have another corner. That was Alberto. The senior, number 10, had a couple of looks at it in the first half. We're going to have another corner here. Often in the far post, Tracy getting his head to it, coming in to grab it is Seth Tucker. Tucker looking for an out ball here, and just going to put his foot behind it. And that'll be a throw in for Franklin County. 2.5 minutes left in regulation.
Pfeiffer coming back on.
Here's Rodriguez getting dispossessed from behind by Alex Gonzalez. Nice step over. Gonzalez still with it. Plays it to Numberto. He's going to take it to the corner, and that's a nice bit of last-ditch defending by a flyer. I didn't catch the number.
Was that Easton Powell?
I think it was. Shot from distance, not hitting anybody or anything, so it'll be a goal kick for Franklin County. But I think you're right, Easton Powell coming in to clear the danger. 1.5 minutes left. All tied up at 1. After the Alex Gonzalez goal tied us up with about 14 minutes left in regulation. And really, I think deserved for the amount of work that Frankfort High had put in. You know, if Franklin County went out of this 1-0 winners, you couldn't have said that it was an unfair result, but I also think Frankfort High well deserving of having this game potentially go into added time, as the Frankfort High bench is going to receive a yellow card here. Presumably for dissent. Franklin County trying to carve out a late winner here in regulation. Coblin stumbling, but just gets enough to it to clear the danger for now. Crossing fields. There's Martinez, who's back in the game, playing hurt, but it's all on the line for Franklin County here, so the skill players in the game for the Flyers. 20 seconds left. Franklin County with possession, collision in the front of the field. Now it's going to be a free kick. Flyers are going to have to take it quickly here. And Coblin, as they call play stopped for Coblin, who's on the ground. And Coblin's going to get a yellow card for that infraction. So with the dead ball here and the clock stop, Franklin County is going to have a chance to loft the ball into the box from about 20 yards outside of the front of the penalty area. Whatever happens here, this will be the last one in the regulation. Boateng tries to take it himself and sails it almost to the running track. The kind of second half he's had, you know he wanted to back himself there, but in any event, we're going to added time. Free soccer for y'all tonight. How about that? That's how much we love you here on Cable 10. 1-1. The Flyers and the Panthers all tied up. And we're going to have some extra time to decide it. Stay with us. Overtime coming up here on Cable 10.
David Toll's Auto Pro customers can't go anywhere without him. No matter where life takes you, the David Toll's Auto Pro nationwide warranty is by your side.
Hey, that was my friend Logan's soccer coach. Why'd you wave at her?
Because she's also our Kentucky Farm Bureau insurance agent. She's the one that helped us get our house fixed after that big storm last year.
Well, that explains the name of their team.
Which is?
The Storm.
Good one.
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
80 minutes played and nothing between the two Frankfort area teams here in game 2 of night 2 of the 41st District Tournament. Here's how we got to our scoreline. As opening up the scoring was Marlon Martinez with a nice cutback and finish for Franklin County. That was a scoreline that would hold for the majority of the game, as one of many dances we were going to see tonight, and you're about to see another, as tying up the score, just getting any part of his body he possibly could to it, with Alex Gonzalez for Frankfort High doing what it took to get the Panthers back level. And that is what brought us to the score that we still sit at the end of regulation. As you see Gonzalez's dance. But it very nearly wasn't the case, as with about 2 minutes left on the clock, a collision right in front of the goal between Frankfort High goalkeeper Benjamin Schrader and Philip, or I almost called him Philip again, Eric Pfeiffer was the difference, and the coin flip, just by body language alone, appears to have gone the way of the Panthers. So what's happening, we'll play 2 5-minute periods. The scoreline's still level at the end of it. Then we go to penalty kicks, and you hate to have a, we don't have a goal. You hate to have a goal like that ended, but I think ending a game like this on penalty kicks would be really, really hard for whoever comes out on the wrong end of that, because both of these teams have been so spirited nights. They put so much into this, and I think they deserve to have it decided in open play.
Well, isn't it golden goal?
I thought they played both regardless, but if we get a goal, we'll find out, I guess. As we start out, Frankfort High winning the toss and going left to right. So we'll begin it in the same direction that we ended it in the last one. We began the game, rather. Schrader now defending the other goal to start us out here. And good to see, because that was a nasty collision with Pfeiffer. And you were right, Chris, as we've been informed by our crack research staff here, that per the KHSAA rules, this is a golden goal situation, so sudden death is on the cards here. As we've got a foul here, a little nudge in the back from the Flyers, so William Coblin lining up over this one, the senior. Three-man wall for Franklin County is, now we know it's golden goal, so Frankfort High with the chance to end this one early in the first overtime. Coblin's eyeing this one up, the senior. He'd love to send the Panthers out of here with the win. He takes it on the ground, forcing Seth Tucker to make a save, and it's maybe not the worst idea there, because if it spills, you've got guys coming in for the rebound, but Tucker grabs it capably. Other way, here's Boateng. Boateng chips it. Fantastic save there by Schrader. Knocks it out for a corner, but that really kept this from being over, as just getting the fingertips to it and knocking it out. That's a strong hand to be able to do that. Schrader again keeping his team in this game. Both goalkeepers stepping up so far. Here's the ball. Pfeiffer getting his head to it. That one a little easier for Schrader to grab. A little over 2 minutes left. We've already had activity in both goals. Score still tied. And this is where you've got, those legs are tired, but you've got to just keep at it.
Well, you touched on it. Both keepers have played outstanding tonight. They've really kept each team in this.
And we've got a player down, and that is Marlon Martinez. He's having a lot of issues with that leg, and it's been going on for the whole game, and you can tell I
think he's cramping now.
Yeah, he's cramping. He's upset because he doesn't want to come out of this game, the senior, because I'm sure in the event that this comes to penalty kicks, I'm sure his name is on that list, and every coach has that list of the players that, if it comes down to that, they want to line up for him. And it looks like I said he was not going to be available, and then he keeps finding his way back into the game. But not meaning to speculate, but it looks like that may be it. Let's take a look at a replay here. Pfeiffer getting his head to it, doing a nice job of getting it onto the ground, but nobody able to get to it. And you see coming through in the end, maybe just a step too many for Marlon Martinez. And he's going to have to be helped off the field here. You never like to see that, but no matter the outcome, he can hold his head up high.
Well,
yeah, you've got to maybe question the exuberance and folly of youth there for his teammate just coming and dragging him up. I'm not sure. I know it was all in the means of helping him, but really the clock, there's no impetus on your part to get him off the field so you can roll the ball out there and keep playing. But in any event, minute 44 left in the first overtime period. It's going to be a throw for Frankfort High. Trying to find Gonzalez there in the middle. Ball finds its way to him. He turns on it first time. Shot, scores. That'll be the ball game. Gonzalez with the wonder strike from the side. We see the lights go off. Gonzalez celebrating with the Frankfort High faithful. The Panthers come out on top on a brilliant goal to end it by Gonzalez. That's a tough one for Franklin County to lose the way they did, but Frankfort High really fighting so hard to get back in this game, and the first overtime period comes to an end. And let's take a look at the replay there. Outside of the foot, that is extraordinary.
Yeah, what a way to finish, right? It's just a tremendous shot here. There's your word again. So,
but that's just beautiful. Just from a non-biased soccer fan standpoint, it's hard for me not to gush over that, because touches it with the right, settles it with the left, and just puts the outside of his right foot into it. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. That is a shot worthy of winning a game like this. Frankfort High advances to take on Great Crossing 2-1 over Franklin County. The Flyers ending their season with a record of 10-5-1. Nothing to be ashamed of tonight. Fought hard, but Frankfort High, it increases their record to 9-10. They will have a spot in the 11th region, and they'll have a spot in the 41st District Tournament Championship. Some nice handshakes and sportsmanship going on. Both of these two teams have been through a battle tonight. We'll have final highlights and our play of the game and some final thoughts. Stay with us here on Cable 10.
The Game of the Week Play of the Game is brought to you by Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher. Choose local realtors that treat you like family, because real estate is what they do and families are why they do it. In today's fast-paced housing market, you need realtors with experience who understand that timing is essential when finding the perfect home for the right price. Tim and Rebecca Hubbard with Exit Realty Crutcher are here to ensure that you and your family have a positive experience from start to finish.
Real estate is what we do,
and families are why we do it.
It's all said and done here on night 2 of the 41st District Tournament. The Panthers moving on after a wonder goal. That's the only way you can describe it, by Alex Gonzalez to settle matters with about a minute left in the first overtime period, as Frankfort High really, from the minute go, had to fight their way back into this one. And as far as the play of the game, well, really, if you have a golden goal in overtime, that decision kind of makes itself.
Yeah, what a outstanding play. Coblin gets it in with the header, and then Gonzalez able to control it, touch it, and shoot it.
His grandkids are going to hear about that goal.
He had 2 great goals tonight.
Yeah, and two more different goals you couldn't find. The first one, just throwing any part of his body behind it and getting this team back in the game and finishing the job he started with about 13 minutes left in regulation with a goal with the outside of the foot that you could not draw up a better picture. And you got to feel for the Flyers in that one because they fought so hard. They led 1-0 for so long, managed to hold that lead, managed to get into overtime. So many near misses that would have ended this game in the way of the Flyers. But as it stands, the Panthers moving on to take on Great Crossing. And we'll leave you with some highlights telling you how we got there. For Chris Cole and everybody involved with bringing the 41st District Tournament here to you on Cable 10, I'm John Piesheimer. Make sure you join us Thursday night as we settle matters and crown 2 champions here on Cable 10.